Welcome to my channel guys. So today we will be starting with the MongoDB course, and in this video we will be learning about what is MongoDB, difference between MongoDB and RDBMS, key components of DB architecture, and what are the features of MongoDB. So starting with the topic, what is MongoDB? So MongoDB is a database program which is cross-platform as well as document-oriented. So what does cross-platform mean? It means we can use this MongoDB software on multiple computing platforms such as Linux, Windows, Mac OS and some other operating systems also. So what does document oriented means? A document oriented database is a computer program designed for storing, retrieving and managing the document oriented information and can also be called as a semi-structured data. Now, MongoDB is classified as a NoSQL database program. NoSQL database program always follows the rule of a no RDBMS program. Now, MongoDB uses JSON-like documents with optional schemas. So, MongoDB uses the JSON-like documents means the data or the document is being stored in the format of JSON. That is the key value pair format. I will be explaining about all these things in a practical manner in the code section. Now it is just the theory for getting the understanding of the concepts. Now going for the next phase, the difference between the MongoDB and RDBMS. So in a RDBMS database, we are having tables and in the table, the data is being stored in the form of rows and columns. And there are also joins in RDBMS like the inner join, outer join, left outer join, right outer join, and so on. Same like that, in MongoDB, we are having collection. The collection is having data sets. The data sets is being stored in the form of documents and fields. And instead of joins, here we are having embedded documents. So what does embedded documents mean? It is used for no, it is used against a normal document that's nested inside another document within a MongoDB collection. Now going for the next phase, the key components of the MongoDB architecture. So here we are having a field like underscore ID. So this is the mandatory required field in MongoDB document. This represents a unique value in each document. It means it acts as a primary key in a document. Now database, this is a container for the collections. Like in RDBMS, we are having the tables under the database. Here we are having collections under the database. Now, what is a collection? This is a grouping of documents. All the data sets are being grouped under a collection. Like we are having a collection named school and we want to store the documents of all the students. So all the students documents are being stored under a collection and that collection is called as student or school. Now document, a record in a MongoDB collection is basically called a document. It means we are storing, suppose we are storing 5 students data. So each data is being recorded as a document over here. Now what is field? A field is a key value pair in a document. It means in a document, suppose we are storing the data for a student, like the name and the section. So the name, the section individually are called as the fields. Here the data is being stored in the JSON format, that is the key value pair format. Now going for the last phase, what are the features of MongoDB? So the size and content of each document can be different from each other. It means the size. It means the suppose we are having a database and under the database we are having a collection and in that collection we are storing the details of students. Suppose for first student we are storing the name and section, and for the second student we are storing the name, section, branch and registration number. So no matter how many number of documents will be stored for a single student, it is possible for each and every student that the range can be varying from each other. So this is the main advantage in MongoDB, like the size and content is not fixed for each and every document. Now the document structure is how developer construct their classes and objects in their respective programming languages. It means nowadays the developers are being developing the codes in object oriented programming languages, like in the form of classes, and the class under those classes we are having objects. In the same format in MongoDB also the insertion of data takes place in the same structure. Now the rows doesn't need to have a schema defined beforehand. Like in SQL, whenever we are going to insert data into a table, prior to that we need to define the schema for that table. But here it is not needed. We can create the schema over there, and simultaneously we can provide the data for the schema over there only. Now the last point, the data model available within the MongoDB allows you to represent hierarchical relationships to store arrays and more complex structures more easily. It means in MongoDB we can store the graphical pictographs like the bar chart, the pie chart, the array format structured data, and some other graphical data can also be arranged in this MongoDB database. So this is all about MongoDB. In the next video, we will be starting for the practical.